Lake Bonney Hotel ruins. The Overlanders. The Overlanders were part explorers, part businessmen. In the late 1830s, they pioneered land routes from New South Wales and Victoria into the new colony of South Australia. They drove cattle and sheep towards new land holdings and new meat markets. They followed the great rivers, the Murrumbidgee, the Darling and the Murray. Opening up the Murray route to Adelaide in 1838 overland, Joseph Horden named Lake Bonney after his companion on that journey, Charles Bonney. A few years later, it was found possible to avoid a large loop of the Murray by cutting across the country from Springcart Gully, north of Berry, touching the northern tip of Lake Bonney and rejoining the Murray at Overland Corner. By the 1840s, the Lake Bonney site had become a regular camping spot on the overland route. The original people. Aboriginal people had lived in Murray country for tens of thousands of years. The tribe in whose territory Lake Bonney lay was named the Ngawidjeruk. They assisted many of the earliest overlanders, such as Charles Sturt, but subsequent drovers were provocative and aggressive. Aboriginal people were shot and their dwellings, canoes and equipment burned in savage attacks throughout the 1840s. Nonetheless, there are accounts of some friendly contact between the white settlers and Aboriginal people. The children of the keeper of the Lake Bonney Hotel recalled exchanges of food and advice in the 1880s. Napper and Parnell. William Napper and William Parnell emigrated to Adelaide from Guernsey in 1855. Both were farm labourers. They found work timber cutting along the Murray, and their wives Anne and Julie established homes and families in river camps. The work was often uncertain, but by 1859 Parnell and Napper managed to build and open the Lake Bonney Hotel. In 1863 Napper purchased the land and hotel from Parnell. The overland route was still used for droving and was now also a mail route, but it declined in use, and from 1876 to 1879 the Nappers left Lake Bonney to run the Overland Corner Hotel. Anne Napper had died in childbirth, aged 31, 1869, and William married his second wife Eliza, who also died, aged 38, with a baby, 1877. Napper took up land to run sheep near Burra in the mid-1800s, but bad years soon sent him back to the deserted Lake Bonney Hotel. The hotel was no longer licensed, but he operated it as Napper's accommodation house, a boarding house, until his death in 1907, supplemented with sheep and market gardening. The ruins on this site are the remains of the 11-room hotel and a separate store hut to the south, which I will show you now. This is the original 11-room hotel, and this here, this is the separate store hut. Today they represent the life, death, labour and hope of so many colonial immigrants. In the fenced enclosure a short distance to the north rests William Napper, who died 26th of May 1907, aged 81. Eliza Napper, née Purcell, who passed away September 1877, and their 6-month-old baby Emma, who died in 1875. Mr. Napper's first wife Anne died and was buried at Cobdogla in 1869. William Parnell opened the Lake Bonney Hotel about 1860. The Nappers brought the establishment, the licence and 80 acres of land from Parnell in 1863. W. Parnell and W. Napper migrated from Guernsey to South Australia on the Oriental in 1850. This is the site of Mr. Napper's burial ground. As you can see, overrun, unkept, but I'm sure his spirit lives on here.